Hey my babies, welcome back to another video. It's your girl adorekristiana. If you're new here, welcome. Today we are going to get into this 3-strand twist out. I haven't done a 3-strand twist out in so long. I'm super excited to see what my results look like. One thing I am familiar with is the product combination that I'm gonna go in with. I did use this product combination when I did my natural hair Bohemian braids. Y'all, when I took them out to wear it as a braid out, I could not get over the results. My hair was so soft, defined, and elongated. I never felt my hair so soft. That was the main thing I could not get over, but the volume was through the roof. It was nice and stretched, and my hair was just so soft. Did I already say it was soft? I'm gonna hop right into this video. If you're interested, stick around and let's get into it. I'm going for a side swoop part today, so once I am finished creating that, I'm gonna check it, just make sure I like it. Then I'm gonna move on to creating some sections in my hair. I'm gonna make 4 sections so I can tag team one quadrant at a time. Then I can go in with my Maui Moisture Curl Smoothie. Then I'm gonna use Shea Moisture's Flaxseed Stronghold Gel and Wetline Xtreme Gel. Starting with the first section in the back, I'm going to wet it down, soak it up, and make sure I do some very good finger detangling before I go in with my curl smoothie, because I'm not using a leave-in today, and normally that is my detangler. But yes, I'm going to use my fingers to detangle today and just add my cream and just reinforce the detangling by melting the product in and using my brush to get out any tangles I missed with my fingers. So once I am done with that, I'm just going to go straight into creating the size section that I'm going for my twist. I added a little bit of extra cream to my ends for some added moisture. Then I went in with the Shea Moisture Flaxseed Gel, worked that in, and then the Wetline Gel and worked that in as well. Then I used my brush for some reinforcements of absorption of the product, and then I started off with a braid, working my fingers down my hair shaft until I felt like I was ready to reposition my fingers into a 3-strand twist. Now my fingers definitely had to adjust to this, and I know if you haven't done this in a while or never have done it, your fingers will have to as well. But this was the first twist, so I took my time. I gave myself a little bit of grace, and I worked my way all the way down. Moving on to the next twist, I wet it down, I added my curling cream, detangled, and added both gels afterward. I made sure to detangle before I started off my braid, and when I did, I tried to get it as tight to the root as possible, and I detangled in between to keep my hair nice and smooth. Now what you see here is a slow-mo of me adjusting my fingers to begin creating a 3-strand twist, and the way I think about it is as if it's a carousel. So whatever strand of hair just left a set of fingers is going to go into the next set of fingers that the previous strand was just in. That is the best way I can describe it, you guys. Other than that, like, just keep watching. At this point, y'all, I noticed that my ends were looking a little bit straggly, so that little curl at the end that looks out of place is exactly what I'm going to snip off. And I did the same thing for the next one. So what I do is twirl it prior to snipping, and then I twirl it one more time after I make the cut, just to make sure it looks how it is supposed to, nice and clean. And in this case, this one did not look clean. So as you can see, that little curl is still sticking out, so I got rid of it. This is how it looks. Then I snip, 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 and at the end, this is how they look. So freaking juicy, y'all. Moving on to the front section, I did break off this big quadrant into 2 sections, and of course I'm working that water in and finger detangling prior to adding my cream. This cream went on my hair so nicely. It is super thick, so it defines my hair, it weighs my hair down just a little bit, but just look at the definition, you guys. Like, whew, it is rare for a product to really do that to my hair. without leave-in, without gel. I was loving this. So yeah, I went ahead and added the gels to this section and began my 3-strand twist with a nice tight braid at the root, making sure that I brush it in between, get those strands really smooth before I start my 3-strand twist. And I'm working my way down, once again taking my time, you guys. I never have long nails, nor do I ever do 3-strand twists, so I really was taking my time. And I just wanted to point out that when I get to the end, I turn 3 strands into 2 and finish it off with a 2-strand twist and then twirl it. Of course, that straggler has got to go, so I'm going to cut it off, twirl it around my finger just to make sure it is nice and clean. Then I can move on. So I'm going to finish off the next 2 twists that I decided to put in this section. This is the bigger section on the side of my head because of the side swoop. So I did add more twists to this part. And yep, just making sure that my ends are accounted for, twirling them and getting off those stragglies. Now I'm finally getting to the top of my head. So once I section that off, I am going to create 3 twists in this section again because this is the bigger section. So we're gonna break this thing down and add as many twists as we need according to the size that I want, because I am going for definition, y'all. So I did want to make sure that they were a decent size, not too small so I wasn't taking them out all day, but not too big so that they also didn't take all day to dry. Even at this point in the style, y'all, I was giving myself encouragement because I had to really take my time. Otherwise, my fingers wanted to go back to braiding. Of course, it's just a natural thing. Me, someone who braids, and 3-strand twists being more of a new thing. So just saying all that to say, don't get frustrated. Take your time. You can do it. Just keep practicing, y'all. That's all it takes. Practice makes progress. So I'm finishing that up, and I'm going to finally get this section at the top of my head, y'all. And at this point, I definitely make sure to saturate my hair more than previous sections because obviously it was sitting out drying while I was doing the rest of my head. So I made sure to saturate it, y'all. And the products that I used, the fact that I detangled frequently and cut off my ends, made this process so smooth. So now that I'm done chopping this last braid off at the ends, this is what we're looking like, you guys. Let me do the other side really quick, and now I can go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. So this is what it is looking like, all wet, so juicy, so pretty, like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let it dry, and I'll be right back. 2 hours under the dryer, y'all. Now I'm gonna grab my dry oil. This is perfect for not leaving my hair greasy but adding shine and avoiding frizz. So I added it to my hands, and I'm gonna add it to the section that I'm going to begin with. I'm being very gentle with my ends, and I am sure to twist the 3-strand twist in the opposite way that I twisted it before I begin unraveling it. This way the twist is loosened up, and I don't have to pull and tug as much as I would have to if I didn't untwist it the opposite way. Overall, this part is very straightforward, very simple. Ooh. And yeah, you guys, it kind of just unraveled like butter. I just was sure to be gentle, and it's not like braids where you have to really try to take it out. Nah, they just kind of unravel. So this is what they look like prior to separating. Nice and juicy. Oh my goodness, the roots are nice and fluffy, and the ends are so defined, y'all. Woo, yeah. And look, let me just show you. Ooh, y'all, once I peeped that it bounced back like that, I knew it was a wrap. Like, what? So now I just went in with my diffuser just to make sure my hair was 100% dry before I separated. And I did go in after it was dry and did this other side, but let me show you how I did it. So I sectioned my hair off first, and of course I started in the back, and one by one I added some more oil to my hand for some added shine and to avoid any additional frizz. And I did separate where my hair naturally wanted to break apart, although some of the sections didn't necessarily want to break up at all. So when I did run into that problem, I just separated it where I wanted it to break apart, and I did some reinforced twirling around my finger just so that it went back into a curly formation rather than looking super frizzy. And of course you can separate as much or as little as you want, but I was going for a more defined look instead of a chunky look. So this is how it turned out, you guys. I was obsessed with the volume. It was fluffy. It was giving heart shape, y'all. Honestly, I felt like this was giving perm rod set without the rods. Like, let me know if y'all agree. Like, Let me just show you the back really quick. You see that movement, you guys? I could not get over it. But okay, let me just go ahead and do my edges. I'm going to use my Eco and my Edge Booster to lay these things down. I did just want to lay the front a little bit flat on this side of the part. And then I added a little swoop. And of course, I set my baby hairs with my satin scarf. But with that being said, y'all, I'm going to head up out of here. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful. If so, give it a big old like. Leave your comments down below. And if you want to see more from me, because I got more for you, subscribe to the channel, babies. Bye.